Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Fauzan Febrensyah, NPME 2311112. I will explain methods and distribution of sampling. Welcome to this presentation on sampling, methods and distribution. We'll explore the key concept, techniques and application of sampling in research. We will cover the fundamentals of sampling, types of methods, and the application of central limits theorem to statistical inference. Get ready to learn about these essential tools for data collection and analysis. Okay, next. Introduction to sampling. Why sample? Sampling is a powerful technique used to collect data from a subset of a population to make inference about the entire population. It's efficient and cost-effective compared to study every individual. Okay, sample versus population. A sample is a subset of a population, a group of individuals selected from a larger group that we want to study. The population represents the entire group of individuals that are of interest in the research. Okay, next. Importance of sampling in research. Feasibility. Sampling is often more feasible than studying the entire population, saving time, money, and resources. Generalizability. A well-chosen sample can represent the population accurately, allowing you to generalize findings to the larger group. Accuracy. Sampling can yield accurate results if done properly, reducing the chance of bias or error in the data collection. Types of sampling methods. Number 1. Probability sampling. Every member of the population has a known chance of being selected ensuring. Number 2. Non-probability sampling. Selection is not based on chance, potential leading to bias, but sometimes necessary in specific situations. Okay, next. Probability sampling technique quiz. Simple random sampling. Each individual has an equal chance of being selected, like drawing names for a hat. Stratified random sampling. Dividing the population into subgroup strata, and then randomly selecting individuals from each stratum to ensure representation of different groups. Okay. Cluster sampling. Dividing the population into cluster, randomly selecting some cluster and then sampling individuals within those selected cluster. Okay, next. Non-probability sampling. Okay, sorry. Non-probability sampling techniques. Number one, convenience sampling. Selecting individuals who are easily accessible, okay, which can lead to bias. Number two, quota sampling. Dividing the population into subgroups based on certain characteristics and then selecting a predetermined number of individuals from each subgroup. Number three, snowball sampling. Starting with a few individuals and then asking them to refer other participants useful from reaching hard to find population. Okay, next. Number one, sample mean. The average of data point in the sample. Number two, distribution distribution showing to frequencies of all possible sample means. Number three, central limit theorem, a fundamental theorem that describes the relationship between the distribution of sample and the population distribution. Central limit theorem. Number one, as the sample size increases, the distribution of sample means approaches a normal distribution regardless of the shape of the population distribution. Number three, guys, the mean of the sampling distribution is equal to the population mean. Number three, the standard deviation of the sampling distribution is equal to the population standard deviation divided by the square roots of the sample size. Next, estimation and hypothesis testing. Number one, point estimate, a single value that represents the best guess of the population parameter. Number two, confidence interval, a range of value that is likely to contain the population parameter. Number three, hypothesis testing, a process for deciding whether to reject or fail to reject a null hypothesis. Okay, next. Practical consideration and limitation. Okay, you can see the picture. Okay, that's the ends of our material. If there are any mistakes, I apologize. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you guys.